Namaskar, myself Parteek. In this session, we are going to discuss the shape of cost function for simple linear regression. Let us start this session. In last session, we have discussed that cost function is the average of sum of square errors. Here we are finding the difference between predicted and actual value. We are ignoring its sign by squaring its value. We are finding the sum for all the instances. Here number of instances are n, and then we are taking the average of this. So this is average of sum of square error. This predicted value is obtained by hypothesis function. In this hypothesis, we have to pass the value of input attribute, that is x. It will produce the predicted values, and that predicted values will be subtracted from actual values. In order to simplify the calculation, we can further divide it by 2, because when we take the partial derivative of this, then the calculation will become simple. So in order to make calculation simple, here this error function is divided by 2. Of the predicted value is obtained by hypothesis function, and this is obtained from the equation of straight line, which is equal to phi naught plus phi 1 x. Here phi naught is constant while phi 1 is the slope, x is the input attribute. So based on this, we will obtain our predicted value. Finally, we have the formula for cost function as this. Here this is predicted values, which is subtracted from actual value. We are finding the square, finding the sum of all the instances, finding the average, and then dividing this by 2. And our overall objective is to minimize this, so we call this as a cost function. In order to minimize this cost function, we have to find the appropriate value of constant and slope of the line, which is phi naught and phi 1. So this is the formula of cost function. In this session, we are going to discuss the shape of this cost function in 2D plane as well as in 3D plane. It is very important to understand that here we have two variables. One is phi naught and another is phi 1. We have to see the behavior of cost function for changes in phi naught and phi 1. So in order to visualize this, we will require a 3D plot. On one axis there will be cost function, on another axis there will be phi naught, and on third axis there will be phi 1. In order to simplify this graph to 2D plane, we are fixing one parameter. Here we are fixing the parameter constant to 0. So by fixing this parameter to 0, we only have to vary one component, that is slope of the line. So by varying the slope of line, we are checking the corresponding changes in the cost function. So instead of 3D plane, we can visualize it in 2D plane. And it is always easy to visualize a graph in 2D plane as compared to 3D plane. So that's why we are going to start our discussion by fixing one parameter, that is constant, to 0. And we will vary only one parameter, that is slope. And by making the changes in slope, we will understand the behavior of cost function corresponding to these changes. So you can see in this graph, on x-axis we have a parameter phi 1 that indicate the slope of line. We will vary its value, and by making changes in its value, we will analyze the change in the cost function. On y-axis we have cost function, while on x-axis we have slope of the line, that is phi 1. So by fixing one parameter constant to 0, we can visualize the behavior of cost function in 2D plane. In x-axis we will have slope of the line, while in y-axis we will have cost function. We are going to discuss the behavior of cost function with the corresponding change in the values of slope of the line. So let us understand that behavior by considering one example. Let's suppose we have this data set. Here this is the actual data set, where x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. We have kept this database very simple. You can see if x is 1, then y is 1, which is indicated by this cross. If x is 2, then y is 2, and if x is 3, then y is also 3. So this is our actual data points. Now for those actual data points, we wish to find out the cost function by varying the value of slope of the line, that is phi 1, by keeping constant, that is phi 0, fixed to 0. Let us understand this by considering different cases. Now let's suppose the value of constant is 0. As we have already discussed, we have fixed this to 0 and the slope of the line is 1. So if slope of the line is 1 and constant is 0, then try to find out the error for this data set. So you need to draw the predicted line when phi naught is 0 and phi 1 is 1 over these data points. And after drawing that predicted line, you have to find out the error. You have to use this formula, which is predicted values minus actual value. You have to square this value, find out the sum for all the instances and divide this by 2n. Here n is the number of instances. So take your time to find out the value of error for this data set when the constant is 0 and slope is 1. Try to draw the predicted line and then find out the error for this predicted line. You can pause the video at this point and solve it. After solving it, you can play this video again to compare your answer with the solution discussed next in this video session. So in this case, the constant is 0, the slope is 1. So our predicted line will fully overlap with the actual line. And if we apply the formula of cost function, which is average of sum of square error difference. In this case, for first instance, the predicted value is 1, actual is also 1. For second, predicted and actual is same, and again for third instances, our predicted and actual values are same. So the cost function will be 0 if phi naught is 0 and phi 1 is 1. So let's draw this cost function over this graph. Here on x-axis we have a slope of the line and on y-axis we have the cost function. So the value of phi 1 is 1 and corresponding to this the cost function is 0. So you can see here, this is our case 1. Here the value of phi 1 is 1 and the value of cost function is 0. So we have obtained our point over this graph for this particular case. Let us move ahead and consider this case. In this case, again our constant is 0, but now the slope is 0.5. So let us draw predicted line over this actual line. For given value of slope and constant is 0 and slope is 0.5. So try to draw the predicted line for phi naught 0 and phi 1 0.5, and after drawing this line, find out the value of error. Again, I request you to perform the calculations for the value of cost function. After calculating the cost function, you can again play the video to check your answer with the solution discussed next in this video. In this case, the straight line will appear like this. Constant is 0, the slope is 0.5. For 1, the predicted value is 0.5. For 2, the predicted value is 1. And for 3, the predicted value is 1.5. The difference between predicted and actual value will be the error. So let's fit these values in this formula. Predicted value 0.5, actual value is 1 for first instance. For second instance, predicted value is 1 while actual value is 2. And for third instance, the predicted value is 1.5 and actual value is 3. If we perform all the calculation over this, we will obtain the value of cost function as 0.58. Now let us draw this over this graph. So here phi naught is 0, phi 1 is 0.5. This is the 0.5 of phi 1 and the corresponding value of cost function is 0.58. So this data points indicate the value of cost function for given value of phi 1, which is 0.5. So we have solved case 1 and case 2. Now let us move to case 3. In this case, the value of phi naught and phi 1 both are 0. So if slope of line is 0 and constant is 0, then try to find out the value of error. Take your time, perform all the calculations. After performing the calculations, you can play the video and you can compare your answer with the solution discussed next in this video session. So in this case, the predicted line will be on our x-axis because slope of the line is 0 and constant is 0. So the predicted line will completely on the x-axis, while these are the actual values. So the difference between actual and predicted value will be 0 minus 1 for first, 0 minus 2 for second instance, 0 minus 3 for third instance. So if we perform all the calculation, the value of cost function will be 2.34. So if phi1 is 0, phi naught is 0, then the value of cost function is 2.34. Now let us draw this point over our graph. So here phi1 is 0 and the cost function will be 2.34. So this is the data point to indicate the value of cost function corresponding to this case. So we have obtained case 3, and you can see that we have obtained 3 points like this. So you can understand that we have obtained one edge of our graph like this. Now let us move to case 4. Here again constant is 0 and slope is 2. So please perform the calculation for this given case and try to solve it. You can see in this case the slope is 2. For 1 the predicted value is 2. For 2 the predicted value will be 4. For 3 the predicted value will be 6. So let us perform all the calculation. It will be 2 minus 1 for first instance, 4 minus 2 for second instance, while 6 minus 3 for third instance. If you perform all the calculations, then the cost value will be 2.34. So when the value of slope is 2 or phi1 is 2, the cost function is 2.34. Let us draw this point over our graph. So this is the case for phi1 2, the cost function is 2.34. So this is our point and this is represented here with case 4. Let us discuss the final case, that is case 5. Here constant is 0 and slope is 1.75. Let us solve it. Here the straight line will appear like this. For 1 it is 1.75, for 2 it will be 3.5, and for 3 it will be 5.25. If you solve all these values, the value of cost function will be 1.3125. Let us represent this over graph. Here phi1 is 1.75 and for this the value of cost function is 1.31. So it will be somewhere here. So this is case 5. So we have solved all the cases, and by plotting all those points over the graph, you can see that our graph is getting some shape. So if I join all those points, my graph will look like this. So this is the 2D graph, or this is the shape of cost function in 2D plane. So this is very interesting to note that it is a shape of bowl and this is its minimum point. And when we obtain the minimum point, it means that at that point the error is minimum. The ideal case is error should be 0. So in this scenario we are getting the error 0 at this point. And our objective is to find out the value of constant and slope when the value of error is 0. So this is the representation in 2D plane. And you know that here we have already fixed one parameter phi naught, that is constant, to 0. But in actual scenario, phi naught will also vary. So we will have 3 parameters in actual scenario. One is constant, which is phi naught. Another is slope, which is phi1. We have to find out the corresponding changes in cost function. So we will actually have a 3D plane and it has been represented like this. And on the variation in phi naught and phi1, we have to note the corresponding changes in the cost function. So we will have 3 axes. On one axis we have constant, on another axis we have slope, while on third axis we have the corresponding value of cost function. If we perform actual implementation over constant and slope, the cost function will appear like this in 3D plane. So again you can see that it is a shape of bowl and we have to find out the minima of this cost function, which is actually the bottom of this ball, and that bottom point will give us the actual best fitted straight line. So we can conclude that the shape of cost function is like this in 2D plane. In case of 3D plane, it will appear like this. You can see that in both 2D plane and in 3D plane, there will be only one minima in the overall graph. And the cost function of simple linear regression is a shape of ball. Now you can understand it very well why the shape of cost function is like ball in case of simple linear regression. This is all about this session. I request you to subscribe this YouTube channel to receive latest video tutorials on topics like data mining, machine learning, DBMS, big data, NoSQL and many more. To learn SQL in a simplified way, you can join this online course on SQL, which is available at Udemy platform. To learn PLSQL, you can join this online course on PLSQL, which is also available at Udemy platform. I have also authored books on data mining and data warehousing, DBMS, NoSQL, beginning with SQL and PLSQL for beginners. All these books are available on Amazon platform. To read more about this, you can refer my website prateekbhatia.com. Thanks for watching this video.